Mr. Thing.
What you want from me? You got all you need, so go and get yours, and I'ma get mine.
As part of my responsibility, I care for close to 60,000 objects that have an association to many Pacifica communities now living in New South Wales. There is no sort of resources or cultural resources available from a museum point of view for the younger community members.
We've been able to extend the project and do more outreach activities with the Juvenile Justice detention centres, with the community groups that our Pacific young people come from, and also with other key events in the community. So our main target group, or the young people that we're working with, is mainly Pacific young people, at-risk young Pacific people, but also those that are incarcerated, in the juvenile justice system.
And our pop-up museums that we've done, Fiji Day and Waitangi Day, were also fantastic, engaging with communities, getting out there, having a lot of fun with our colleagues and with communities has really brought our collections to life in that way.
Encapsulated, taken on more of a creative experience out in the community as opposed to being in the museum.
So we've worked with Frank Baxter Detention Centre, Juvenile Blacktown Service Centre and Reedy Detention Centre. But we've also done one-off visits, so we'll take some of the artefacts out, we'll talk to the young people about them, maybe do a weaving workshop to complement it or do a music workshop, and so it's been quite successful. The response from the young people has been quite positive. We've found that they're asking for extensions, they want to come back, they want the days to be longer. They're asking for different types of activities, and most of these young people have either left school, dropped out, or are finding it hard to engage in the regular mainstream education system. So this could be another way of linking them, drawing them in, and linking them to any service, whether it be the health service, the education service. It makes them, they feel comfortable, I find, when they see Pacific people in front of them talking about elements of their culture. The barriers come down and it's easier for them to talk to us. We're hoping that it could be linked to high school programs, and other programs out there, not just the juvenile justice system.
It's always good to learn about where you're from, and the Pacific Youth Reconnection project is an awesome way to engage with other youth members and learn more about your culture at the same time.
Being able to work backstage at the museum and set up the events, so learning about project management, event coordination, just learning skills like that you wouldn't be exposed to in a community. It's just being able to discover my culture through the museum.
The reference group, I think, that's been one of the highlights of the project, having these young people come on board, earlier in the year, all very shy, not talking much. By the end of it, they're hosting the events, they're running the tours, so I'm very proud to see them, develop, some of them straight out of juvenile justice, some straight out of uni, or still at uni. And it's December now, they started in Feb. One of them now works in Blacktown, one of them works in Mount Hewitt. They're both doing youth work. And not taking credit for that, but just saying it I think it helped boost them to the next level of their development. One of the girls got an award at uni, another one just got into the medical school. One of them is in the final year of geoscience, her geoscience degree, and one of them has now decided to study youth work, so she's halfway through her youth work certificate. And our young one from JJ's is also working full-time. He's working in landscaping and gardening, which is good for him, being outdoors. And still, they all still come back and assist us when they can on the weekends or during the week. So, we've there's some great leaders that have come out of this project as well who can go on and inspire others.
It's a really great opportunity. Opportunities like this don't really come around for someone of Māori or Pacific Island descent involved in museums at all in Australia. So it's a really amazing opportunity for me to communicate what those collections are, how they can help people, and the fact they're even in Australia at all.
Trying to learn as much as I can about my culture. I do the traditional dancing and that, but yeah, culture, I don't know much about it, but I'm still learning.
Language, our parents didn't really teach us much about culture as we were growing up. But now that we're older and seeing the importance of cultural identity, we do try our best to practice it.
You know, for me personally, I can see the value in this project because a lot of the young people that we work with have not been back to their parents' country of origin, or don't know much about their heritage, or don't know how it relates to who they are now. So it's been important to be a part of that process and to see them realise, hold on, it's okay to be a Pacific Australian person. I can be proud of my culture. You know, I can talk about it. I can, utilise or incorporate these elements of my culture. You know, the family, the respect of elders, and also still function as a positive citizen in the country, in Australia. I think that's been a positive for me. And, it's hard when your family or you migrate from another place and you come to a new place and don't see anything familiar. That can do a lot of negative harm for a person's self-esteem, their sense of belonging. Being able to come to the museum and seeing elements of them, their family, their ancestors, very empowering, very powerful.
You have an object, but with these objects come these wonderful stories. Well, I think what's more special is that when you can have an experience where a young person comes into the collection, or not necessarily a young person, a mother or father who's been separated from their culture for a very long time, and when they get to engage in those objects, you see this. It's quite sad, but at the same time, it demonstrates the importance the museum plays in being able to carry forward all these cultural stories and cultural objects for future generations.
What you want from me, you got all you need, so go and get yours, and I'ma get mine. What you want from me, you got all you need, so go and get yours. I'm working hard for mine.
Yeah, people do more talking than walking. Most of their thoughts be distorting. Act like they bought in the system when they all be conforming. Meanwhile they single out others to take the heat of themselves. What's done to my brothers and sisters is done to me as well. Scarface types talking like the world is mine. Between getting and taking, yeah, there's a definite line. And sure, I'm out to get mine, but I try bring sight to the blind so we can get what we got and let's run and run with the times.
Sick of playing with these boys. I mean toys the way they